Hello and welcome to episode 11 of my Cambridge United career mode. And I'd like to apologize at the start of this episode. I had a virus attack my computer over the last few weeks, and so I had to get that fixed. And when transferring my files onto a hard drive, some of them got corrupted. And so a lot of the episodes coming up in Cambridge in every mode, all series that I have, there might be some gameplay missing. So I'd like to apologize for that, and that's why I've been gone for such a long time. But I'm back, and so we're going to start with a game versus Oxford United. Now, we need to start picking up points. As you saw there, we are in 19th place. So we need to start picking up points and start clawing our way back and hopefully finish mid-table at the end of the year. But there's our starting 11. Appia and Simpson up front. This is the last game before the transfer window actually starts, which is very exciting. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of footage of what happened there because of the files and such getting corrupted. But the first highlight will come in the 16th minute as the ball is played through to Appia, who takes a shot, but it's directly at Clark and easily dealt with by Oxford. Now into the 41st minute, a free kick for Dollins. He shoots, and that is off of our wall. A nice job by the wall. And now in this 45th minute, at the end of the half, the ball falls to Hughes outside the box. He's going to step inside, shoots, and that barely goes wide right. And so now into the second half, in the 74th minute, this is Oxford with the ball. Played into Riley, not into Rose, who steps outside, passes to Hoskins, who sends it off the bar, and Simpson is able to clear. Sorry, not Simpson.
Defender didn't do his job, and he's got past him easily.
In the 82nd minute, Hoskins
here's the shot.
The ball.
He's reached it, and he's caught it with a save. Brilliant. Coming forward with some danger.
Now in the 90th minute, Potter with the ball. Cross into the middle. The header from Hoskins again goes wide. He had lots of chances in this game. But this game will end 0-0. We fend off the attacks in the last 15 minutes from Oxford and keep it a 0-0 draw. Isago Diallo does accept the contract offer, and Will Norris not entirely pleased with us about how much time he's been getting. And Tom Elliott finally accepts his contract offer. And so here we are into the transfer window. I don't have any footage of any of the signings, however, but I do have some other stuff. So here's what we do. We put Nelson up on the transfer list. We put Chadwick up for transfer. That was a tough decision. Ian Miller up for transfer. Robbie Simpson up for transfer. And that is it. No. Diallo we put on the transfer list. Ryan Bird we put on the transfer list. And so our first transfer signing was Iberlang Kongji. He was a free agent, 27 years old, a center back who can play all the back positions and CDM, and he's a 57 overall. He was a huge pickup for us because we needed depth at the defensive position, and picking him up is going to be very important for us, especially if we are able to sign some of the players that we are looking to, especially Nelson and Miller. But heading into the final game of this episode, versus York City. This is the last footage, from this episode. There will be another game shown. It's just a recap, though, the score. Still in 19th place, we're catching up to Exeter and Shrewsbury. York City are in 9th place. As you can see here, Kongji getting his first start alongside Ian Miller, who could soon be on his way out as well. Elliott and Bird starting up front with Donaldson, Dunk, Chadwick, Champion, Taylor along with them. And for York City, a very similar lineup to the first time we saw them, I believe. Carson on the right, Straker on the left. I remember those two. Summerfield at the CM position. But first highlight comes in the 12th minute with Bird with the ball, playing it through to Donaldson. Donaldson cuts inside, and he will shoot, and that barely goes wide left, barely missing the post. Now Elliott with the ball in this 18th minute. He's going to cut inside, shoots, and that's a nice save from the keeper, and easily cleared away. Now in the 45th minute, ball played into the middle and headed away, but it falls to a York City player. And eventually the shot is taken and barely goes over the bar. And so now into the second half of play. 62nd minute, champion through to Elliott, and now the through ball to Brian Bird, who takes the first shot, the one-timer, and that is easily saved by the keeper. Played into the middle now in the 90th minute, and that is actually how this game will end. 2-0 games in today's episode. Sorry about there not being much action, but there's not much I can do about that. Two very good defensive games. Good to see that we keep two straight clean sheets. 0-0 is the final score, and I actually remembered to get the player ratings for this one. Miller with a 7.4, Dunn with a 7.3, Lanzani with a 7.2, Elliott, Bird, and Taylor all with 6.6s, and Donaldson even got a 6.5. As well, Kong Ji got a 6.4 in his first appearance with the club, which is nice. Sorry, not Kong Ji. Sorry, that actually is messed up. Kong Ji got a 6.4, and he should be in 8th place, but I guess it didn't save. Sorry about that. But that is how this episode will end. The result of this episode is a 1-1 draw versus Cheltenham as well. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.